someone at work stole my chair, so I had them arrested. Which seems, maybe it seems a bit dramatic to you guys, but I'm down for this, all right? I'm thinking 5 years for stealing my $5 lunch, okay? I got a new job in sales working for a company that sells access control systems, CCTV systems, etc. The chair in my cubicle was uncomfortable AF. So day 3, I brought in my own Herman Miller Aeron chair. On day 4, it was missing. I looked around and the other sales rep was sitting in it. I asked for it back, but they basically told me to F off. Couple things here. These Herman Miller chairs right here, very expensive. I see prices down below potentially. That's how much those chairs cost. They're amazing chairs. I'd like to get one, but I don't want to use it at the office. I want to use it at home. But right now I'm mainly just like playing games. So it's like, you know, I'll just get up. Like, what I prefer is not to sit for hours and hours at a time. I prefer to get up like every 30 minutes, you know? But then sometimes you get like that dirty look like, oh, you're not at your desk. You're just wasting company time. And it's like, we should be moving every 30 minutes to an hour for sure. I hate, honestly, office job. Look, take me back to the warehouse. I was meant to do grunt work. I was meant to lift heavy things and put heavy things down all day. That's what I was meant to do. Because office jobs, I don't know, sitting all day does something bad to your mental. But yeah, these chairs are expensive, first off. And also, it said the chair in his cubicle. So you brought this chair and you had it in your cubicle and your coworker took it? Meaning he went to your cubicle, took that specific chair. I went and spoke to the owner of the company. He told me that the chairs aren't reserved. They're first come, first served. I explained that I own the chair and it cost me $1,800. He told me that I need to come in earlier if I want that chair. Brother, it's my chair. Start taking it home. Take the chair home. Listen, if it was me, this guy would be put in a wacky Home Alone style situation. Like the next time he goes to sit in my chair that I brought from home, there's going to be like a mine underneath it. Like as soon as he sits down, explosion. And I'm going to be like, well, I don't know what, whoops. I'm just protecting, and $1,800, by the way, is enough for police to actually care. So the next day, the same guy was sitting in it when I got to the office. I told him to give it back or I was going to call the cops. He refused, so I called the cops. This all adds up. It was quite the scene, but in the end, he admitted that he took my $1,800 chair. I was prepared. I had the receipt which showed the serial number. Yes, Aeron chairs have serial numbers. They asked me if I wanted to press charges. My new boss said I would be terminated if I had him arrested. So I said, absolutely, I want to press charges. Hey, you're going to be fired if you try to get your damn chair back. What does the boss have going with this other employee? This boss has some type of weird connection with this other employee to be this defensive over him. Oh, man, you're going to be fired. Like, hey, buddy, you're going to lose 2 workers today, dumbass. Hey, have fun. You're going to lose 2 workers today. You're going to fire me? Hey, I'm sending him to jail. You're down 2 short. I'm sorry, man. Just don't take people's shit. Like, I understand if maybe you didn't know and you're like, ooh, where'd this chair come from? And you took it and you're like, oh, I didn't realize I guess they have some good chairs in the office. If a guy came up to me and was like, hey, man, that's actually my personal chair from home, I'd be like, oh, my bad, man. That kind of makes sense, though, because this is a Herman Miller. This is a Herman Miller chair. This is pristine office equipment. My bad, man. I would give it back. If somebody came up to me and was like, hey, I actually brought that chair from home, I'd be like, oh, my bad, dude. My bad. I thought it was just like a random chair in the office, even though I took it specifically from your cubicle. And I saw you bring it in yesterday, of course. Nobody saw you bring in this chair on your own. It is what it is. Well, good job, boss, man. You lost 2 people. My new boss fired me on the spot, so I carried my chair out with me as I was leaving. And yes, the cops arrested the dude who took my chair. He admitted to it. So you lost 2 employees that day. All because you couldn't just be like, you didn't have the common sense. You couldn't read the room. You couldn't just be like, oh, that's your chair that you brought from home? Specifically because you wanted a nicer chair and that's why you put it in your cubicle? Your chair in your cubicle? Oh, yeah, okay, I'll let him know. Hey, man, that's actually his chair. He brought it from home. You mind giving it back to him? Okay, cool. That's how you handle this situation, by the way. I don't know if you know. And I only say this because I've sat in those Herman Miller chairs before, and they're very, very comfortable. Like I said, if I was a full-time YouTuber sitting in this chair like all day, then by all means, I'd have a Herman Miller. I wouldn't have one of those gaming chairs. I had one of those at one point. They're awful. Like, and I knew they were awful going into it, but I was like, oh, there's this crazy deal on one, and I needed a chair, so I was like, oh, let's see how awful they truly are. They are awful, but Herman Miller's? Brother. Feels like you're sitting on nothing. Anyways, the dude who took my chair has been in the industry for about 15 years. Whoops. But he's going to lose his security license. Dear God. So not only would he not be able to work for the company because he's going to jail, but he's also losing his security license, which means, which means he won't be able to work in the industry. It says that. It says right after. Oh, what a beautiful world. I mean, it's interesting that you work for a security company and like you're just taking stuff from people and you're like, oh, surely they won't get mad. Hey, that's all we care about here is security. He's going to lose his job. I don't give a shit. He shouldn't have stolen my chair. Maybe it seems a little bit harsh, right? I'm sure there's somebody who's like fucking nerd with his nerd ass chair, but an $1,800 chair is an $1,800 chair. Like, no matter what it is, most people, if they have something that costs $1,800 and some dickhead at work starts yoinking it, like whatever it is, you know, if you have like an iPad that you bring to work to watch, like maybe you work an office job and you have an iPad with Netflix or something going and you're just working at the same time. If somebody just comes over and takes that shit, you're gonna be like, are you stupid? Are you dumb? But this is even more expensive than an iPad by a lot. Due to lower back issues, I always provided my own desk chair and made sure it was clearly marked that it was my personal property. I also used a bicycle cable log to secure my chair to my desk at the end of the day. One coworker had his office chair disappear, so he sent an email to entire global company address book. It was hysterically funny to read the response emails. I mean, I would do the same. Like if I brought in just flat out, not to be petty, but if I brought in your boss is now 2 workers. If I brought in an $1,800 chair and somebody took it, like, first off, maybe this guy just doesn't have a confrontational nature, but like, oh, you're not going to give it back? All right, I'll be back. I'm coming back with a weapon. I don't listen, man, like a bat or something. I don't know. I'm not built for office work. I don't know what to tell you, man. Sometimes you're sitting there all day for like 8 hours and you have like natural energy and that energy has nowhere to go. So it's just kind of making you, like, it's almost like pissing you off that you're not active. Controversial, please. Surely someone's like, nerd, dork-ass chair. Yeah, right. I totally agree with you. This chat GBT write me an Am I the Asshole story involving a coworker who's I don't know, man. This has certain spelling errors that chat GPT doesn't do. I know how chat GPT talks, okay? It's always sucking me off. It has a bad habit of doing that. And I'll tell you this right now. I'm not seeing the typical, plus this, where's this? So day 3. Listen, ChatGPT loves dashes too. If you saw emojis, maybe. Yeah, sure, the asshole for buying an $1,800 work chair for work. Zero reason for that, and I don't believe the story anyways. Who cares what I think? I think it's fake, but I've absolutely bought chairs this expensive. $1,800? I feel like I've seen them for under $1,000, but I totally do get this. It's like one of those things that you don't think is important. Oh, just sit on a shitty doo-doo ass chair, and then you're like, oh, why does my back hurt all the time? Why does my lower back hurt 24/7 all the time? And it's like, well, because you're sitting in a doo-doo ass chair instead of a Herman Miller. I could have sworn you could have gotten them below 1,000. And if you can, by all means. But I swear, like, there's a reason why the chairs are so expensive and why they're like the pristine, like, premium office chair, because you can sit in them for a while and it doesn't have, it's just a better chair. But it is Reddit, so there's people. I mean, would I pay $1,800 for a chair? Maybe not. I'd probably just rather. I think, realistically, I think what I would really do is I would get a chair similar to this one, which was not $1,800, and then I would just have the standing desk set up. Like this desk can stand up, but it's just not set up for it now. I would just do that all the time if I was stuck working at the desk. To be 100% honest with you, why not just stand at the desk? But obviously, he's at his work office, and they don't have standing desks there. Fake. My new boss said I would be terminated if I had him arrested, so I said, absolutely, I want to press charges. You don't press charges. The district attorney does. Shut up. Like, hey, we don't get into these specifics. Your downvotes are from salty, gullible people? No, or I just read the first thing, and that's like the dumbest shit I think. You don't press the charges. Yeah, but they ask you, like the district attorney does it, but they ask you if you would like to go for it and press charges. I find it very hard to believe that the police would respond. much less make an arrest in a situation like that, unless they live in a city that is so safe they have a ton of time on their hands. The dude who took my chair has been in the industry for 15 years, but he's going to lose a security license. You can't possibly know that, and the small chance this is real, it's a very likely the judge would throw this case out of court. I don't know. How do you know? Arrest anyone in the circumstances described. 10% chance they show up to an office to mediate a chair. Honestly, let's see. Let's see. I want to see it, because life is both for Reddit. Life is boring. It's absolutely awful, but also everything you read is just not true. Everything you read is not true unless you want it to be true. I would like to think that this guy... I want to see this guy arrested. I have a bloodlust, okay? So a few things seem sus. You told your boss you own the chair, and I assume you explained you brought your personal chair to the office. Then he responded for you to come in earlier to get your chair back. That doesn't even make sense. Did you even tell anyone you were bringing in your own chair? The place seemed... Why do I even read controversial when it's just all, like... It's no fun. Listen, why can't you have an attitude with the guy? Like, what happened to sorting by controversial and it just being like, you're a nerd. Fuck you and your dumb chair, bitch. Like, why is it that now whenever I sort by controversial, it's like, fake? Fake? I think it's, fake. Security license? No such thing. I don't know about that. Maybe we should check his credentials. I do feel like something like that is a thing. You know, that's kind of like, I used to know somebody that didn't think that you had to be forklift certified at the job we worked at. Like, he thought he could just be like, oh, I've driven a forklift before. And some places you can do that. Let's be 100%. You can just come in saying like, oh yeah, I know how to drive a forklift, and they won't really question you on it. But this particular job, no, you had to be forklift certified. He really thought he could just be like, well, look, I can drive it really well. No, they got rid of him. Which is crazy, because I feel like he could drive a forklift. He was just like not officially certified, but it is what it is. Why didn't you take the chair home? I don't understand why you're mad. Because it would be a huge pain in the ass to transport a chair to and from work every day. Yeah. Was the chair 1800 because the pattern on the chair was complicated? What? You're the asshole for this fake story. You don't think it... You didn't... You'd think enough Redditors have had office jobs to realize how absolutely fucking stupid this creative writing assignment reads. There's a lot of teens, bots, and part-time dog walkers on here. Hey, I work a regular job. I do work a regular job. This is something I could see happening. To be 100% honest with you. Like, I know that the, you know, this is pretty much typical. It's a chair advertisement for sure. They didn't really do enough to hype up the chair for that to be a chair advertisement. AI slop. Nobody in the real world brings designer chairs to the office. Nobody's bringing designer chairs to the office. I'd imagine I might. If I knew that I was gonna have to sit and I couldn't like use a standing desk or something, hey man, I'd probably bring in my own personal chair if they're not gonna get me a, you know. Not understandable at all, actually. He called the cops to arrest a man for sitting in his chair. That's understandable to you? You're unhinged. Yeah, but he wouldn't give the chair back. He wouldn't give it, like, the chair was no longer his. Like, he asked the guy, can I get my chair back? And he said no. Then the next day he came in, asked the boss. The boss is like, I'm not going to do anything about it. So then the next day he's like, hey man, that is literally my chair. Give me my chair. And he's like, well, I'm just sitting in it. Like, yeah. Hey man, you're going to get mad at a guy for he's just driving your car. Yeah, like, sure, he broke the window and stole it, but this is obviously not the same. I'm just trying to, like, listen. There's people that I've met in my life that have gotten away with being like this too much, right? They've gotten away with just, like, being the guy that takes the seat from somebody that clearly brought their own thing. Maybe it's not a seat, but it's like, I brought my own thing from home, and this guy takes it. And too many times, they get to, like, oh, man, why are you worried? It was a ham sandwich. It was my motherfucking ham sandwich. It was the one that I brought today, bitch. Why would I bring a ham sandwich from home if I didn't want to eat it, dumbass? Are you stupid? Now I gotta go out and get lunch somewhere. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be cheap and eat this fucking ham sandwich that you took from me, you dumb piece of shit. That's why I'm putting poison in it next time. I'm not actually doing that. I don't actually want to go to jail. But I am saying... Did you have permission to bring in the chair prior to? Most chairs have policies against bringing in your own chairs? Okay. And so is the guy who stole your chair. Oh, everyone's an asshole. You're an idiot and probably autistic. Be careful out there. You just potentially cost a dude his career. I would probably say that the dude did it when he couldn't read the room and give the chair back, brother. Like, here's the thing. I'm imagining myself in the other guy's situation, right? Because if I'm the guy wanting the chair, I'd be like, bitch, give me the fuck back my chair. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a little bit more confrontational probably than this guy is. But if I'm also the guy that was sitting in the chair and somebody was like, hey, man, I don't know if you saw me bring in that chair. It's my chair. I'd be like, oh, my bad. This is your chair. That would be me. Because I'm normal. This whole situation could have been prevented by just, like, a basic amount of just, like, human decency. Like, a basic amount of, like, oh, it's your chair? Oh, it's your personal chair. Oh, I thought you were saying, like, oh, no, you've decided that this chair at the office is your chair and nobody else's. It's your chair from home? Oh. Enjoy, brother. Great chair, by the way. If there's time, you can always drop the charges and let the guy get his career back, but sue your employer for wrongful termination. There's no basis to sue here unless he can claim that he was fired due to his sex, age, religion, race, or veteran status. I don't know why I would even read that. Okay, you called the cops on some dude over a chair instead of handling it yourself, asshole. See, this is where we differ, because I just said that the way I would have handled it, like, I would have handled this myself for sure, but not everyone is like me. Calling the cops on people over something so minor is a total asshole move. This shit is fake as fuck. Cops don't arrest you for sitting in someone's chair. He didn't take it off property or hide it. Complete bullshit story. I was about to say 1800 isn't minor. Oh my god, this guy's losing it. I think that the problem is he's like, I think that in his head the cop showed up and he was just sitting in the chair, and the guy's like, yep, that's the guy that won't give me my chair, and he's like, oh, here you go. When in reality, he was like, nah, I took the shit. Yeah, I took the shit. I wasn't giving it back. He asked me multiple times to give it back, and I said no. Yes, you're a terrible person. I can't believe someone could be this vile to just destroy another person's life over a chair. Hey, baby. Hey, you're a dumbass. That was $800. Yeah, the problem is that when the price gets factored into it, you know, it's one thing when it's like, oh, he took my favorite chair at the office, and it's like a chair at the office. It's another thing when it's like an $1,800 chair. Then I'm like, you know what? That's his own money. Like, and if he's telling you, like, that's my very expensive chair, you're not giving it back, I'm just letting you know, I will involve the police. And he did. Like, why didn't the dude at that point just be like, oh, I mean, I guess. Then he could have hopped on here and been like, this guy at the office is freaking out over this chair. He could have been writing him out of the asshole stories. Like, oh, this guy at the office freaking out about his damn chair, you know? I just didn't realize. But, no, he shouldn't. If you think a guy should be arrested because he keeps sitting in your chair, then you're the most immature person in Earth. Take their chair home and start looking for a new job because you work with jerks. Calling the cops over a dude sitting in your chair is not normal. But we couldn't get the chair back because the guy just kept sitting in it. You're a moron if you think this was the adult and justified way of handling the situation. Brother, we're on Reddit. Like, what the fuck? You're my hero, man. That's a bit weird. Another one of those pipe dream stories where people instantly have something happen because it really punches up the story. I would like to know if it's real. Listen, Left Jeff. Listen, this account was made in 2015. It doesn't give me bot vibes. I could be wrong, though. Reading it doesn't give me bot vibes. But that's only because, like, hey, brother, I've used ChatGPT before. Like, I know exactly how it talks, and it's not quite like this. Plus, the errors here are a bit like day 3. I never see that. I do see errors from ChatGPT sometimes, but I don't know. But anyways, even then, if it isn't real, let's imagine that it is real for a second. I'm tackling seat stealing guy. Like, you're not gonna give me back my chair? Seriously, dude, it's an $1,800 chair. All right, man. Like, I guess we're gonna have an injury. Like, I guess you're gonna walk in it. I do like the way he handled it, because if I handle it my way and I'm like, I yoink the chair from him, then the boss might be like, oh, he's aggressive. We need to get rid of him. Now, seat stealer gets to keep his job. I get fired. In this situation, we both lose our job, but you know what? I get my chair and I get to know that you lose your job, you know? So maybe he's actually smarter. Because if I feel like in a lot of situations, the reason why people don't handle situations themselves, because it ends up backfiring on them. Like, I know there's places that I've worked where if I had stood up against certain other people, even rightfully so, the boss would be like, no, you're insubordinate. You're insubordinating. Insubordinating? Whatever. Hey, yeah, you're being insubordinating right now. You're insubordinate. Honestly, that might be the word. I feel like one of my old bosses he did have a habit of, like, he had the right word in his head, but he just never used it correctly. You know? You being insubordinating right now? That's actually probably pretty close to something I could hear him say. So, I don't really think you're the asshole here, but, you know, I enjoy good... What is this music that's playing in the background, by the way? I realize this is Monster Cat. Feels like I'm listening to some 2008 dubstep.